James Gunn probably he's like, ah, man, we got this other separate Batman, but I have to have a Batman. This kind of sucks. Matt Reeves probably feeling the same way. Like, yeah, you guys want to create this universe. I don't want to create the universe. It's such a rock and a hard place situation because with all the regime changes, the Batman worked. That worked very well. It worked. It made money. It made money from Warner Brothers. And then you got this new regime coming in and they want to do something different. And it's all just a little bit of a shit show. What's happening with the Batman Part 2? Am I nervous? Yes. Do I think it's still coming out? Yes. But what's going on with the Batman Part 2 when it comes to everything that's been happening? You know, it sucks when it comes to all the regime changes and everything when it comes to Warner Brothers, and specifically when it comes to the regime changes. Because with all of that and them trying to do whatever when it comes to their main universe, they had Matt Reeves come in and do his own thing, and guess what worked? That. The Batman made Warner Brothers money. People went out there, not everybody liked it, but most people did, and people flocked out to the movie theater and saw a fresh take of Batman, and naturally people wanted more. Warner Brothers still has trouble with when it comes to at least, getting rid of that debt. So now you're going to be like, all right, especially with what I talked about previously with 2 Superman films, now you're going to have 2 Batman films as well, because you have to have one that fits in the universe, and then you're going to keep Matt Reeves over here by himself. Both James Gunn and Matt Reeves have debunked anything of, a crossover happening. But who knows? Who knows? It's Hollywood. It's, again, you gotta keep positivity out there. You just never know. There might be some fluffing that's happening, okay? You might, Matt Reeves and James Gunn might have fluffed some things, because you cannot tell me that and I've said this before, you cannot tell me that it wasn't on the table, like there wasn't meetings about bringing Robert Pattinson into the DCU. Us as fans don't want to see that. I know I don't. I really don't. But we've now, it came out in 2022, March? And here we are in 2024, almost 2 hours later, 2 months later, 2 months, jeez. Learn your times, Dave. 2 years later, and we have yet to hear anything about when this script is going to be ready, what's going to be happening with it. Now, naturally, there's the writer's strike. That had an effect. Sure, when you have Jeffery Wright being asked about the Batman 2 script, and he hasn't even heard anything, Robert Pattinson hasn't heard anything, you get a little nervous. I'm hoping, and I've said this before as well, is that Matt Reeves has been writing not 1 script, but 2 scripts. And they actually filmed Batman 2 and 3 back to back or at the same time. That's what I can only hope for. But yes, I am a little nervous. And from what I've been told is that some of the people involved, like your actors, like your main actors, like Robert Pattinson and Jeffrey Wright, they're getting a little nervous too and a little anxious. Hopefully it does happen. But yes, Jeffrey Wright did say that. And then, of course, a lot of people were naturally going like, well, maybe James Gunn is actually crushing this. And, when it comes to these 2 separate universes, it's like, yeah, James Gunn probably he's like, ah, man, we got this other separate Batman, but I have to have a Batman. This kind of sucks. Matt Reeves probably feeling the same way. Like, yeah, you guys want to create this universe. I don't want to create the universe. It's such a rock and a hard place situation because with all the regime changes, the Batman worked. That worked very well. It worked. It made money. It made money from Warner Brothers. And then you got this new regime coming in and they want to do something different. And it's all just a little bit of a shit show. But what's kind of funny too is what I've seen on Twitter, online, is the fact of the matter is, it's like, that lovely loud side of the Snyder fandom that of course hates everything that is not Zack Snyder DC. I've actually seen tweets where they are desperately hoping, they are so hoping that James Gunn gets rid of Matt Reeves Batman, because then they're like, oh man, we're gonna join forces with the Batman fandom, we're just to take on and to bitch about James Gunn. Like, I've seen these tweets, like these certain fans who are only fans of one specific kind of Batman they've trashed the Batman. They've trashed Matt Reeves Batman for 2 years. But now they're like, you know what? If James Gunn gets rid of Matt Reeves Batman, we're going to join forces with the Batman fans and we're going to bitch about it online. We're going to pound our keyboards really hard because that's all they're doing. I mean, they make it sound, it's just funny when I see these tweets. I'm like, these are grown adults? They make it sound like there's an actual war happening? Like, now it's like because they hate James Gunn so much that they're going to join forces to a different Batman fandom that they were talking shit about for 2 years. And now they're like, we're going to join forces and take on James Gunn. Seriously, log off. You got to log off. It's cape shit. It's not real life. Fictional characters like Ben Affleck said and Jay and Silent Bob. Guys, seriously, I've seen the tweets.